This is the Simpit, this is Michi Hoyer, and this is the Assetto Corsa run 4-hour practice for the virtual GP race that is coming up on Monday. Will be streamed right here. So we're driving the Mercedes SLS AMG, and I've jumped in my personal Mercedes race suit for that. So this is some sort of a prank and a little catch up with the actual car. Happily, I was given a little setup help from my teammate Martin Stefanko. I'm going to hide the set, and then I think I simply jump into the car, have a drive on it, and hope you guys will have some fun watching. The race itself is not only streamed, but you can access it and can even take part in it. So it's going to be open for everyone. Virtual GP Online race, Mercedes SLS GT3 around Monza. But brakes. Alright, missed the first chicane. Reason I feel like Hamilton's really that right now. Why is there in black? I have that. So this is the first time we ever do some testing around here. Racing the Mercedes SLS around here. Very first time. Martin Stefanko is, I think, also in the chat room. He'll be able to answer some questions. He definitely told me to use traction control and anti-blocking system. Right now I got no fuel left in the tank, as it seems. Tires information there. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, I'm looking very much for having a first run on it. I think it is a 40-minute race. Yes, Glubshi, this is the SLS AMG GT3. So I'm gonna go through my pit box. Just practice once. Right, that is good. So we go back to pits. I will get you my face over the fuel thing, because I'm now readjusting the fuel, taking it the full fuel run, get known to everything. Traction control and ABS is set. Glitter and stuff is set. So I'm ready to go again. Set low tire pressures if possible. How low would you go, Martin Stefanko? To be totally honest, Martin, you will have a very easy job against me on Assetto Corsa, because I'm a real noob here. I would say I'm even better in... is it the lowest pressure you want me to set? Because meanwhile I'm even worse, or even better in iRacing than on Eddie here on Assetto Corsa, that's for sure. Alright, tire pressure 17, equal on all tires, I hope. That's just what I do. And I'm going to race it again. And now I'm on full fuel. But I want to start serious lap timing. This car really feels like a bad boat. But after doing a lot of iRacing in the Porsche 911 GT3, this should be only familiar with me. All those braking zones. Martin, what kind of lap times are you doing around here? Nice engine sounds though. Oh, genius, Martin, well done. How do you know that the set feels good then? Because you've driven it on other tracks, and Assetto Corsa works on any other track as well. Alright, thank you for that information, Eero94. Have you driven the car before? You got any hints, any tips for me? Right, brakes seem to be warm now. Need to get tires somewhere on temperature. This is gonna be a special race in Virtual GP, so they won't have any real series, I think, and Martin might correct me. This is one of the special online races they do, which is free to enter for everyone. There's a little prize tomorrow as well, so the winner receives 20 euros, something like that. So that's a real nice incentive to go for. So race is going to be 45 minutes, as Martin Stefanko just insisted on the chat. Thank you for that. I'm going to feel a lot more familiar with the car, corner by corner, lap by lap. Just feels so different, you know, racing a GT3 car around Monza feels like something now when doing it in the Porsche. But this feels some sort of easy, a lot more grippier. A lot more forgiving. Just displays a total different feel. So the core tire temperature is still too low. Like the engine sound though. It's gonna be a fun race tomorrow, that's for sure. We're gonna do the first lap. It is a 156.4. Time for tomorrow's race will be, I think the qualifying start, was it 1940 or was it 2000? I think it was 8 PM Central European time when the actual race starts, which is 11 AM Pacific Standard Time. So the race will be finished by now an hour ago. I've no clue about the wings, Aero. Need to check that. I think I run front spread of 1 and rear wing 6. To be totally honest, I would really like to keep the front splitter. The grip around the front. Thank you, Martin, for clarification. I'm so much used to simply get off the brakes towards corner entry, but with this ABS being on, 156.0, so half a second improvement. Let's see what else we can do. Running into the limiter right here, 150 brakes. Looks good. Another 2.5 tenths there. If I get the exit right, probably should not be on the curb. Car is refusing to heat up. Absolutely right, James. So that insists me being on the too hard tire compound. 100-meter board, not too late. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is go back to the pits, have a look at different things. Gears. I would love to have the 6th gear 1 click longer because we're running in the slipstream. Estimated time to run for fuel. That means a good 60 liters are enough. ABS and traction control seems good. Aero, I took down 1 click on the rear wing. Other than that, I feel fine. So a little less fuel on the car. A little longer 6th gear. Mr. Martin Stefanko, will there be a mandatory pit stop to do tomorrow? I'm now out on medium tires, by the way. And see if I can get them lit or heat up to the temperature they are working to. Okay, copy, thanks. So if tires don't give up, no need to pit for me, I think. Change the rear wing to 5 now, coming out of 6. Tires seem to come more towards the temperature I would like to see them in. Especially the left hand side is working well there. Very nice through Ascari there. It's good. Delta also goes down. Well, that is just mainly because of fuel, I would say. Can brake later for Parabolica. Can accelerate earlier despite not feeling like that. There's still a lot of margin and still a lot of room. Oh, very nice run through the first chicane. A bit too wide here on the grass. Probably would need to run different tire pressures, but let's see if they heat up somehow. I feel that the engine brake is having quite some power. Yeah, probably right, Martin. Alright, fuel is a big effect, as I can see, or also the tires. Anyway, coming around, first lap is a 153.6. So let's see if we can further improve that. Not like that. Oops. Ah, that was bad. Alright, this lap is for trash, so we can test something if we want. Because we won't make this good lap anyway. So we avoided the sausage curb, gained like 3/10 up to Lesmo 1. Made Lesmo 1 a good run, that bit purple in that sector. Lesmo 2, running wide again, a little bit quicker though. Run through Ascari there. A 47.1. Seems legit. I mean, if not retarded, I could run a 52, a 51 maybe. Really, if not retarded, that means not missing the braking point for turn 1. Like that. Better run through here. Still not having the right temperatures, so still could go lower into the pressures. All the tires. Hit that sausage curve again, but not as severe as in the other lap. Alright, so further setup work needs to be done. We go back to pits. Have a look at tires, going even lower on the pressures there. Very minimum was alright. Traction control looks good. Right. Into me. So we're out on lower pressures in the hope that the tires will heat up a bit better. Don't touch the gravel at all. The car really will sink into it. Right, Lesmo 1 was hit a bit better. No running wide on Lesmo 2, and you can see immediately the impact on the delta here. Goes deep into the green. So there's a lot of time to find. Like the balance through Ascari, really. But they ran it in low fuel and soft tires, or what was the configuration they ran the car in? Martin there, you can answer me that for help. Holy, there was so much more grip while braking. Alright, Martin, we're gonna have a comparison with them later on in that series here. To be totally honest, if I can make it into the 49s, I probably will be happy. Nice and clean run through chicane number 2. Half a second up. Lesmo 1 a bit quicker. Going up for Lesmo 2. Not running wide. Even a bit more quicker. Starting to feel gently with the car. Good second up. Still gaining time. Very nice run through Ascari here. Oh, feels lovely through here. Just parabolica left. Gaining even more time. I still missed time there, so I can do 51s in that configuration. I'm pretty sure of that. Let's see if we can get the right side of the tires still a little bit more heat up. No optimal exit out of turn 1, or chicane number 1, it's actually turn 2. Still a good 10th down. Sorry, up. And bagging around here. Only kept the distance. Mistake through Lesmo 1. Bit quicker through Lesmo 2. No, lost so much more time through Ascari there, so that was for trash. Yeah, a lot of testing is going on right there. Back. Thank you, Steam King, for all the relevant statistics towards track and probably the car. I'll post that soon, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, running off there was pretty bad for the lap time. By the way, Martin, is that a valid turn 1? Or would it immediately, like, say, we've cut the corner right here in the session? I know that Assetto Corsa can be quite strict when it comes down track limits. Lost it a bit out of turn 5. Big run through Lesmo 1. Big run through Lesmo 2. Okay, thank you very much there. Hey Ark, thanks for joining. Missed that Ascari chicane pretty much. So yeah, I'm sweeping around a good lap time. Just need to get the lap together. And I think I could make it into the mid 51s. Yeah, don't go wide, Michi. Hey Claudio, thanks for joining too. I'm not sure if my pace is any good or not. Probably will only see when putting up the low fuel. Should not hit that sausage curves at all, as it seems. At least not for that Variante della Roggia. Bit too wide on Lesmo 2. Well, if that is the valid way through Ascari, well, interesting then. Final corner. Okay, thank you very much, Martin, for that advice. 152.0. Too bad, running too fast. Not allowed to underestimate that. Yeah, it is, Ark, it is Assetto Corsa right here. Very good through that chicane now. Missing the braking point for Lesmo 1. Good exit out of Lesmo 2. Ascari coming up. Oh, the other runs seem to be quicker. Oh yeah, I remember racing that F138 at Expo and having issues with sliding and lid rears quite badly. So I want to nail turn 1 definitely and get a clean lap in before heading over to qualifying fuel. 151.8, slowly getting there, slowly getting in some progress. This could have been such a nice exit. No, it's not sim racing system. I need to look it up though. I can't tell you right now what the temperatures are. No bad run through second chicane. Look at how much time is lying in that last row. It looks like to be the case, Blupshi. Missing the entry. No good then. So, set the car up for a good final lap or something. This car can also be balanced very well with the brake. Well, this feels a bit like being in Porsche. Tires seems lasting very good. Let's just make this final run. There we go. Probably should not take the sausage curve though. That looks up very bad for that turn 2. Too bad through here though. But that's no 1. Kinda okay, less mode 2. Slide. Nah. A bit faster out of Ascari wouldn't harm. Very good exit out of less Parabolica though. So we're coming around, we're finding improvement. What we good? 470,000. 151.3. Oh, yeah, wasn't slowing down enough. So, as Martin says, a 50 would probably be possible, but anyway, now take on soft tires. Cool. Have like 4 laps in. Thank you, Martin. I sort of have like no feel for Assetto Corsa cars though. Oh, look at that. There's sliding momentum. Well, if you say it's better than you thought, then this is an honor to me, probably. Oh, sorry. There you go, screen has changed. I'm sorry guys, I keep forgetting about the screen thing. Now on the soft tires, it really looks like you have to take care to not overheat them. Hey Todd, thanks for joining. So I'm definitely targeting 49s. Well, I'm not thinking of getting into 48s, but we will see. Here comes the first time lap on low fuel configuration. Let's see if we can make braking points. Nope, we don't. So the fuel effect definitely isn't as severe as I thought. Tires do not feel better as well. I might be wrong though. Hey Todd, meanwhile you should be able to see me. I feel like I'm overheating the rears. Just carrying too much speed into the corners. I thought the jump or the gap would be a bit bigger. Light coming nicely through Ascari. This is not going to be like a super duper time. Could get me into the 50s maybe, but that's it then. Not even sure on that though. Was probably not a perfect lap myself, 151.0. But I expected more from soft tires and low fuel, to be totally honest. Finally a good turn 1. Sliding on the exit. Much lifting in the corner. And we nail Ascari though. Nope. Can we cut at all? Oh dear. Hey Andre. Alright, I'm trying lower wings then. Pits. There's that may high that pressure. This is gonna be the last try anyway, guys, because to surely shut down the PC pretty soon. Alright. Final try for me. Let's see if we can feel the difference. Michi, come on. Obviously with cold tires you won't feel difference at all. For the people who wanted to know, road temperature 34 degrees, air temperature 26 degrees, grip 100%, wind 15 kph. Probably did not listen properly to what Martin suggested me to do. Oh well. Gonna be same for all tomorrow anyway, either way. Car's a lot more loosey now, which probably isn't the worst thing. Just need to make sure to not overdo it. Hey Dennis. I would be particularly particularly interested in how Sayyid would do with the car. Here comes the first time lap in the new configuration. Despite the massive slides everywhere, coming around into the 50s, 150.9. Oh, are you serious? I don't think she would be doing times like that. Is it? Too much sliding out with the rear. Yeah, Martin, I can do so. It's just a bit too twitchy at the rear. Yeah. Right, anyway, that's the end of the stream for today. We've done a little of practice. Sure, that should be a little more practice for tomorrow before the actual race. Not sure if I can do it. Probably will have another Porsche race before, because I'm enjoying that right now, and this week is over tomorrow, so this is pretty much a last chance to run the Porsche around Monza in iRacing. I'm adjusting the rear wing just a little bit, because we do need a little rear end stability, and then I will save the set and leave the server for now. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for being here. I feel like being ready to go into the 49s for tomorrow's qualifying race, and if I gonna beat that loss, I don't really care. Well, I do, but I'm never racing Assetto Corsa, so will have an advantage over me anyways. But we try to do our best. So this race is going to be streamed live on the Sim Pit, and I'm not too sure if John Hill is doing the news tomorrow 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Probably we'll have a little talk with him tomorrow, right now, so we can settle up the stream, and you guys can yourself set a notification. So the race is going to be streamed live here on the Sim Pit. It's also going to be promoted by Virtual GP on their social media accounts, as far as I know. So I hope I see some of you guys back when we are racing live at Monza in the Mercedes SLS GT3. Other than that, I would like to thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends about the race tomorrow, and bring them to the show. Have a nice Sunday evening, and then have a great start into your week. This is Michi Hoyer, this is the Sim Pit, and I'll see you back on track.